This is, again, the ready-made RMRC Goblin. It's a little brother of the big Gurgons plank that I fly with the Colorado FPV group, and I get lots and lots of questions about it. It's like, where can I get one? Well, this will be it. This is the evolution of it. Obviously, it's much smaller, but it is actually faster. This thing's been clocked at 125 to 135 miles an hour, and it's got a little heft, but it launches easy and goes real fast. So I'm out here in this beautiful snowy but no wind day. This is my third flight. I didn't mess with the trims at all after the last one. I did move the battery forward just like 2 more millimeters. The first flight was pretty pitchy, and I felt that it was kind of tail heavy in the way it was responding. And the second flight, I moved the battery forward a little bit, which moved the CG forward, and it felt much better. Just was pretty much arrow straight at almost all speeds. I would only drop the nose if I was going really slow, and so anyway, we will see how it goes. I put a little bit of sticky back sandpaper on the side of the fuse because this plastic is really slippery, and this helps. It's pretty easy to launch, but I'm going up to a little over half throttle. So you can see it stalled there, but didn't care. It just pitched up and then it dropped the nose and was done. So I could probably, what would prevent that is probably giving it a little more throttle so that it doesn't pitch up as hard, because I threw it, and I think that's what made it pitch up. So that's about half throttle. I don't have any FPV gear in it yet, so let me take out that click of up trim I gave it, because I don't think it needs it. So here we are, half throttle. I'm going to do a full pull pylon turn. That's almost full elevator. Let's see here, let's do full elevator. There we go. Yeah, I actually stalled it, but it didn't care. Oh, boy, I almost killed it there. Must have rolled over just a tick. I didn't catch the roll coming out of that. I got real lucky. That was definitely a full pull. But in general, it's just really super smooth. So that's good. Now let's do let me get it lined up here for a full throttle pass here. Throttling up. Probably to the end of the soccer fields, given how fast it's going. Coming the other way, it's going to be hard to see. Throttling back, power off. Wish the brake would actually stop that prop. It doesn't look like, it looks like it's like a soft brake. I'm still power off, so it's going to come back, still with some energy here. Still gliding, still gliding, still gliding, throttling up, 1/3 throttle. In fact, let's see here. Yeah, 1/3 throttle. So I'm going to see at 1/3 throttle, and it's probably still cruising around at 40 miles an hour or so. I'm going to see how hard it'll climb at that throttle setting. Definitely slows it down, but it's climbing pretty well. Okay, I'm going to bring it back to a 1/4 throttle and see if it'll fly level. Oh yeah, no problem. Again, yeah, 1/4 quarter throttle. See if it can fly slow. So far I've only seen two speeds, fast and really, really, really freaking fast. This is 1/4 throttle. And it's still got to be going 35 at least, maybe 40. I don't think this has a slow speed. And it's really quiet at this throttle setting. Yeah, it definitely slows it down, but it's still moving right along. Yeah, it's probably 30, 35. Going up to 1/3 throttle. I notice I am having to give it just a tick of up elevator when I'm going that slow, so that's definitely slower than it wants to go. It just doesn't seem to mind. This is again 1/3 throttle. That's kind of its sweet spot there. Real neutral throttle, neutral on the pitch, and just cruising. I'm really curious to know what kind of current it's going to be pulling at that. I'm guessing it's only like 7 amps, or if that. At 4S pellet it could be 4 to 7 amps. Now I'm going up to half throttle. Yeah, here we go. Okay, half throttle. I'd say at this throttle setting, there aren't a whole lot of other FPV planes this couldn't keep up with. And if I go up to 2/3, now it's just really moving. Full. Back to about half. It's a little pitchy at that speed. I mean, just sensitive. It has to be because the speed range is so big. I'm going to make a pass here with the power off if I can get to where I can still see it. Okay, power off. It just keeps going all the way to the end of the soccer fields. There's 4 fields to the north of me here. And it just kept going level. Yeah, I think I'm going to make the fuselage black. I think that'll make it easier to see for line of sight flying against the sky. Let's do some aerobatics here. This is about half throttle. Reverse Cuban 8. Few rolls. So let's work on the landing. So what I'm finding, and I found this with the Gargons too, if you come in from high up and try to spot land it, you'll never get it where you want it. What I found is the best approach is to just keep slowing it down. So like I know this will fly at quarter throttle, so I'm gonna throttle off for a little bit, let it get down here, making some turns to sort of burn off. Now I'm back to quarter throttle, just making some slow turns here to sort of burn off energy. And then the trick is, you know you're going to come in, long approach, keep the altitude really, really low. And then, even that's too much. That's up to a third throttle. So back to quarter. And come in really long and low. And pretty much as soon as you're over your approach, cut the throttle. So there, I've cut the throttle way out there. It's still gonna, whoa! Okay, well, I let the nose drop and it touched the ground a little early, so it skipped and hopped, but it's snow, so it doesn't care. Anyway, let me try that again. Whoop, lost both of my grip. I'm gonna try, just for the sake of argument here, gonna try wetting my fingertips and relaunching here. Which way's the wind blowing? There is no wind. Again, launching's really easy. So no, you don't absolutely need grip tape, but I think it'd be good to have something. Maybe painting it'll help. So let's try that landing again. Okay, shutting the power off now. Let it float for a while here. Pulling up. Now it's still floating. So here's the problem. I come in long, but I'm only going to throttle up to about quarter throttle. And just keep it going as slow as it'll go. You really want to mush it in. Throttling back. Came in long. I've already cut the throttle. Still. See how it's flying a little nose high? I'm going to try that once more and a little bit longer approach. Man, I don't know how you would fly this in a tight area, but we'll see. Okay, throttling back. Off. Still feels a little bit fast and long. Yeah, it's not too bad. I'm not going to get it at my feet that way, but again, I think the trick is to just fly as slow as it'll go, and then basically come in well before you cut the power, well before your threshold, and float in low as possible, nose up. This will not stall. It will not tip stall. You can pull up as hard as you want. You just don't want to get to the point where you fly. Where it can't fly anymore, where it's just falling out of the sky. I really wish I could. I'm gonna make one more attempt at it. Just because I want to get it at my feet. Pulling up, pulling up, pulling up, pulling up. That's a little better. So as it came in, I just started feeding in up elevator, and you could see it was just flying no more and more and more nose up, and it finally just drops to the ground. But like the bigger guns, it flies really fast. It's really efficient on glide. So all you can do is slow it down for the landing. There's no other option really. And the best way to do that on landing is just fly the entire approach really, really low.